Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakwakadash, that belongs to the elders and apostles of great millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations to the full elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening on to this truth with heart sincerity. All right, may the blessed election be upon your houses. All right, the topic of this lesson is going to be, all right, constantly check yourself, right? Constantly examine yourself, right? Constantly make sure that you doing everything to be found pleasing in the sight of Yahweh Shem Al Shai. All right, because as we inch closer to the end, as we inch closer to the Passat, this time more than ever, we should be making sure that we are on point, right? Constantly examining ourselves, right? Making sure that we on point as much as possible. All right, because things are going to crank up more, demons are going to crank up more. All right, so we have to make sure that we're doing everything that we can possibly do to be found pleasing in the sight of Yahweh Shem Shai, and to make our call and our election sure ultimately. Okay, because as it's crunch time right now, right? So this is the time more than ever to go hard, right? This is the time more than ever to give it your all, to give it 144%, because as we are inching close to the end, these demons ain't slowing down. They just cranking up more and more and more. So we have to match that energy and crank up more and more and more through the spirit, man. All right. But we must constantly, examine ourselves as the scripture says, right? Because these spirits, these demons may try to plague you, may try to attack you mentally, may try to knock you off your pivot, right? May try to, put wicked thoughts into your minds, put different temptations in front of you, right? But that's all ultimately a part of the battle. A demon might try to put it on your mind and have you, thinking something wicked. And that's a perfect example when to examine yourself. Make sure that you ain't having wicked thoughts. Make sure that you're not, going off, to make sure that you are walking uprightly, man, as and doing everything to be found pleasing and study how about Shema Shai, right? So let's get straight into it. This is 2 Corinthians, the 13th chapter, verse 5, and it reads, "Examine yourself whether ye be in the faith, prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahweh Hamashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates." Right, so again, constantly examining ourselves, making sure that we are on point, making sure, that we're not going off, So it is a good thing to do that, right? When you was in school, what they would say, if you're doing a math problem, they'll be like, show me the work, and check your work, check your work, make sure you did the math right, and all shit. Another thing the teacher used to tell you, you get to a math problem, and then the answer for that problem is different from what the teacher said, right? But most of the time they'd be like, check your work, examine yourself, in other words, man. Right, so we have to be in a spirit to constantly examine ourselves, man, and also to be able to take that rebuke, man. Right, be able to examine ourselves first and foremost, but also be able to take that rebuke from brothers, from whatever the case may be. Get that, as they would say, constructive criticism. All right, being able to take these things, man. Right, because at the end of the day, it's all for our betterment. Right, we all of us brothers that is laboring together, we all got one goal, man, and it's the same goal, and that's salvation. That's to get beamed up out of this place and get beamed up onto a chariot, man. All right. So also at the end of the day, being able to take that rebuke, being able to examine ourselves, right? These are key attributes and key skills and key things that we must do on a consistent basis, man. Checking yourself consistently, man. Examine yourself constantly, right? Let's continue on. This is 1 Corinthians, the 13th chapter, verse 11, and it reads, "When I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things." And that's true, right? I hear this all the time from the brother Gabar. He always says, right, you're not a man, you're not a true man unless you're serving Yahweh Shema Shai. So prior to us serving Yahweh Shem Shai, we were, in that 2/3 mentality. We was in that valley of dry bones. We were in that child mentality. We were in that child state, man. Right? But once we came into this knowledge, came into this truth, and truly served Yahweh Shem Shai in truth and sincerity, that's when we truly became a man, because we put away those childish things. Right? And now that we are men, now we must conduct ourselves as men. Right? A man is able to examine himself. A man is able to take rebuke, and so forth. Right? So all these things go hand in hand. When we look at Yahweh Shai, scripture says Yahweh Shai was an austere man. Right? And when you go into that word austere, it means rough, rugged, and so forth. Right? So he was a true definition of a man. Right? In today's society, they'll call it, the toxic masculinity in today's day and age, man. All right. But that was a true man. Okay. So being able to do those things, like examining yourself, checking yourself, making sure you're on point, right? Rebuking yourself, being able to take rebuke from other brothers, right? Those is, key attributes that's needed in this truth, and also attributes of a true man of Yahweh Shem Shai, a man of the Lord. Okay. This is Proverbs, the 27th chapter, verse 5. And it reads, open rebuke is better than secret love. Right? And like I was saying a little earlier, right, at the end of the day, right, all of us brothers that is laboring this truth together, we have the same goal. Right? And that is to get beamed up onto a chariot. Right? Ultimately be delivered out of this place. Okay? So when we get rebuked by brothers, it's not out of hatred for you. It's really out of love. Brother really rebuke you for your betterment. Right? Even as a kid growing up, your parents would give you that rod of correction. At the end, they say, I'm not putting belt to ass. In other words, I'm not putting this belt on you, because I don't like you. I'm putting this belt on you because, I love you, and I'm trying to, teach you that path of correction ultimately. All right. It's the same thing, when it comes down to getting rebuked. Right? And that's something to always keep in mind, whenever we get rebuked. Because, hey, when you get rebuked, hey, of course, it be tough sometimes, man. Whether it's soft rebuke, hard rebuke, whatever the case may be, sometimes it's tough, man. But at the end of the day, we gotta remember the end goal and understand that, hey, that's just for our betterment, man. All right, and also be a man, right? But nevertheless, let's continue on. This is Romans. And also, too, I want to say, when we come into this walk, man, I can speak on myself first and foremost. When you come into this walk, you're going to get rebuked, right? It's going to happen. Expect that, all right? It's all about how do you take it and how do you move after that. Do you correct those things? Do you get all bent out of shape and bug out, So those is real crucial things, man. All right. We live in a day and age in a society where, quote unquote, men of this society are easily offended, man. They can't take quote unquote criticism, man. They can't take feedback. All right. But damn near everybody know what it's like when you first come into the truth, man. You get rebuked on certain things. Maybe you didn't know a certain thing, you got rebuked on that. Whatever the case may be, man. Everybody got their own, different walks when they first come in. But that is a thing that happens, man. Right? Examining yourself, getting rebuked, going through the process. These is all a part of, ultimately, that proving ground, in other terms, that purification process, just to be right in the sight, to get right in the sight of Yahweh Shem Shai, to be found pleasing in the sight of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. Oh, this is a Romans 12:2, and it reads, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High." Right. So also, when we come into this truth, when we leave the world and come into this truth, we are putting off that old man. Right. We are being renewed in our mind, putting away childish things, right, and being renewed, becoming that new creature, right, becoming a true man, right, a true man of the Lord, truly becoming a man serving Yahweh Shema Shai, right, and also, constantly examining ourselves, making sure that we're doing everything to be found pleasing in the sight of Yahweh Shema Shai, making sure that we're walking uprightly, making sure that we're well rooted, right, rebuking ourselves if needed, taking rebuke if needed, you know, going through that whole purification process, going through that fire, right? To do everything that we can possibly do to be a part of that number, Lord willing, to be a part of that number, to be saved and beamed up out of this place before that utter destruction comes. All right. But hey, the point has been made. Lord willing to show us edify unto the elect of Israel. With that being said, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Ruach Kodash. That belongs to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Well, peace, blessings, salutations to the elect that is out there pushing, laboring, believing, and listening onto this truth with our sincerity. Until next time, shalom, and a ball, Kwame Sharala, shalom.